Hello and welcome student. Today we'll proceed to our lecture series topic which we have studied yesterday, that is the introduction of the wave optics. Introduction to wave optics, in which we have already studied how the wave optics, how the wave originate. We have distinguished the wave from the particles and how the wave originated. We have studied the Newton's corpuscles theory. Then after we studied the Huygens. Then we have studied Huygens describe the wave nature of light. According what happened, some scientists describe the particle nature of light, some describes the wave nature of light. So there is a lot of confusion is there. So first of all, we had differentiated what do you mean by particle, what do you mean by wave. Particle having a definite mass, a position, count. Wave do not having the definite mass. They bend. They having the wave having the pattern. The medium do not travel. There's a particular pattern of the wave travels in a medium, and this way we have different. Then we having the Maxwell described that there is the oscillation of electric and magnetic field. Okay. Then Einstein said that the energy being distributed in the form of, instead of being distributed in the form of electric and magnetic field, distributed in the form of a small packet known as photon, and he described the photoelectric effect. He described the photoelectric effect. We all are aware of the photoelectric effect. Then the scientists, then so many scientists are there, so they have described the wave and particle nature of light. So we have already studied the particle nature of light in class 11 atomic theory, where we have studied the photoelectric effect, and we will again study this in chapter number 27 in class 12. Okay. Then there is a scientist called Hertz, who succeeded in producing the short wavelength of electromagnetic region. Electromagnetic wave की short wavelength को उससे produce कर दिया, and they possess the property of light. The wave which produced by the Hertz of electromagnetic wave possess the property of light. What are the property of light? Such as reflection and refraction. So here he proves that the light is in the form of wave also, or wave possess the property of light also. The converse is also true. And wave duality nature, it can behave like a particle and can behave as a light also. So yesterday we have already studied what we mean by the Huygens principle, that each point on the surface of primary wavefront acts as a source for the secondary wavelet. These wavelets travel like envelope with the speed of light c. Okay. So these the point which we have discussed yesterday, you are supposed to write that point only in your answer sheet during your examination. These are the some points which we are again dealing with here, that the light travel in the form of wave. These waves after emerging from the light source travel in all directions with the velocity of light. Okay. Since wave require medium, Huygens for proving his theory, since wave require medium to travel, Huygens imagine a pervading medium, that is luminiferous ether. एक हाइपोथेटिकल इमेजिनेशन ले लिया कि अगर ये वेव है तो कोई मीडियम चाहिए पड़ेगा ट्रेवल करने के लिए, तो वो मीडियम क्या है हमारा luminiferous ether, और उससे इसको इमेजिन कर लिए दिस मीडियम इज वेटलेस एंड कैन पेनिट्रेट थ्रू मैटर लाइक लिक्विड एंड सॉलिड आल्सो. And wave speed, the speed of this wave is elasticity upon density. So I hope all of you must have a clear concept what do you mean by the wave, what do you mean by the particle, and how does the wave propagate, how does the particle behave, and how Huygens proceeded while proving his experiment. So Hertz shows that the wave show the property of light, reflection and refraction. So Huygens have a big challenge. He need to prove that their wave also shows the property of reflection and refraction. So Huygens proved the property of reflection and refraction of the wave. So we will proceed to that portion. Okay. So this is the biggest challenge faced by the Huygens. You need to prove the property of reflection and refraction. So proof for the law of refraction. Proof. Suppose PQ be the our reflecting surface, and suppose this is the I1 and this is I2. This equal to R1 and this equal to R2. Be the reflecting. This I1 and I2. What does this I1 and I2 represent? Incident ray, incident wave, and R1 and R2 reflected. Okay. So as incident ray strikes the surface, there is a normal N1, and again this is a normal N2, where N1 and N2 are the normal. Okay, so this becomes the angle of incidence I1. Okay, and this becomes the angle of reflection R. Okay, now we have already studied what do you mean by wavefront. What do you mean by wavefront? Wavefront is the locus of the particle of the wave vibrating in the same phase, or we can say perpendicular projection of a wave. So let AB is the point, AB is the last wavefront of incident ray. AB is the last wavefront of the incident wave. Why? AB is the point till where these waves are in the same phase. Then after it will strike this surface and this need to travel this extra path. Similarly, we can take CD is the first wavefront of reflected wave. Okay, CD is the first wavefront of the reflected wave, and we know wavefront are a perpendicular projection of the wave, so B and D are in the 90 degree. Now we can see that in triangle we know very well I1A N1 plus N1AB equal to 90 degree. This whole is equal to 90 degree. I1A N1 N1AB equal to 90. Similarly, we know N1AB plus angle BAC again equal to 90 degree. Again equal to 90. So we know very well N1AB is common in both. By these two equations, we can say I1A N1 equal to angle BAC. That is equal to angle I. So this angle equals to angle I. Similarly, we can say R2C N2 plus N2CD equal to 90 degree. R2C N2 and N2CD equal to 90 degree. And we know very well N2CD plus angle DCA again equal to 90 degree. So we know very well from these two equations R2C N2 इक्वल टू एंगल DCA. ये दो इक्वेशन तब सेटिस्फाई होंगे जब ये बराबर होंगे. सो दिस कैन बी एंगल R. ओके, नाउ if we take two triangle, angle BAC and triangle DAC, we know very well AC equal to AC, common in both. Angle B equal to angle D, 90 degree each, and BC equal to AD, path equal. Why? Because AB is the last wavefront of the incident ray and CD is the first wavefront of the reflected ray. So hence we can say angle I equal to angle R by CPCTC. Corresponding part of the congruent triangle are also congruent. Hence it proves the law of reflection. This is the way you need to deal with it during examination. This is the easiest and the shortest way, and this is the way how the NCERT books are going through. And the concept which was given in your book, so is very lengthy and long way, so I prefer you all to go through this way. This is way also given in the marking scheme of your board examination also. Now we'll prove the law of refraction. We have already proved the law of refraction. Now we'll prove the law of refraction. कुछ आप लोगों को एडवांटेज मिल जाए, इसलिए हमने इसको इतना पार्ट लिखा रहने दिया। मान लो दिस इज द पी क्यू बी द रिफ्रैक्टिंग सरफेस, ओके। सो I1 and I2 be the incident ray, I1 and I2 be the, this I1 and I2 will be the incident ray and R1 and R2 be the refracted ray, okay. So what happened again, AB is the last wavefront of the incident ray and CD is the very first wavefront of the refracted ray, okay. So this become normal N1 and this become normal N2, okay. I hope all of you was clear. So you can study from here, this is the angle I, this is the angle R, and by we can prove this become I and this become R. Why? I1 A N1 equal to 90 degree plus N1 AB equal to 90 degree. Similarly, we know very well N1 AB plus BAC again 90 degree. So this I equal to this I. Similarly, this R equal to this R. You just read through this all these things, you can get a clear idea of it, okay. So what happened in law of refraction, we need to prove angle I equal to angle R. What is the objective over here? Proof of law of refraction, sin I upon sin R equal to V1 upon V2, or we can say lambda 2 upon lambda 1. Anything which we prove will prove the law of refraction. So what happened after that? We know very well sin I equal to BC upon AC and sin R equal to AD upon AC, triangle perpendicular upon hypotenuse, perpendicular upon hypotenuse, okay. We know very well distance travel from B to C in time t1 equal to BC upon V1. Similarly, distance travel from A to D in time t2 equal to AD upon V2. If t1 equal to t2, then we can say BC upon AD equal to if t1 equal to t2, so we can say BC upon AD equal to V1 upon V2. And we know very well sin I upon sin R will equal to BC upon AD. This is equation number which will equal to V1 upon V2. Hence, it is proved. Sin I upon sin R equal to V1 upon V2, which we have proved from this equation. This is equation number 2. This is so proved from 1 and these are the easiest way how you proceed in this question. The questions are continuously asked from the law of refraction and refraction, either in 3 marks or either in 5 marks. In 2018, law of refraction asked in the 5 marks, and 2019 or in 20 it is asked in the 3 marks. So this is a very important question. That is the end for the first chapter of the wave optics. Now we will proceed to the next chapter in the next video.